Today we're going to look at some more volume, but today we're going to look at volume of cylinders and cones. So similar to the prisms and the pyramids, the volume is calculated by finding the area of the base and then multiplying it times the height. So in this case, for cylinders, the area is in the shape of a circle. And if you remember from 7th grade, the area formula for a circle is pi times the radius squared. The radius is the distance that is from the center. It is halfway across your circle. So whenever we do these, you will want to read the instructions, but in this case, it says to find the volume of the cylinder, and it tells you to use 3.14 for pi and to round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. So that would be to 2 decimal places. So what we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to label our dimensions. So halfway across is the radius, that's 9, and then the height here is, sorry, I don't know where I got a 4 from. The height here is 14. Okay, so just like before, you want to write down your formula first, pi r squared h. We're going to use 3.14 for pi. The radius is 9 squared, and then the height is 14. Okay, so this is definitely one that you're going to probably want to use your calculator for. So you're going to go ahead and go into your calculator, and you're going to put 3.14 for pi. And then you're going to do the radius squared. So we're going to do 9. And then if you hit this button here, a squared, that's going to square it for you. And then you're going to take that times the height of 14. And you get this number, 3,560.76. So when there are 2 decimal places, that is already to the hundredths. So this is your final answer that you're going to transfer over here into your notes. So the volume of this cylinder is 3,560.76, and then the units are inches, and it's still cubed because all volume is recorded in cubic inches. So here is your formula and the work written out for the first example. Okay, taking a look at the next example at the bottom of the left side. Example 6, we have another cylinder, but this time it's set up a little bit differently. So let's take a look here. We still have our volume formula, pi r squared times the height. But in this case, 16 is recognized here as with this dashed line all the way across. So this is the diameter. So in order to find the radius, I only want to go halfway. And so half of 16 is 8. So you'll need to pay attention to that to make sure if you have the radius or the diameter. And then 6 is your height. So here's your volume formula, 3.14 times the radius 8 squared times the height of 6. Okay, so again, you might want to use your calculator for this one. So we're going to do 3.14 times our radius was 8. We're going to use the square button, and then our height was 6. So again, our answer here is 1,205.76. So since I have 2 decimal places, I don't have to round. That is already finalized to the hundredth. And so we're going to say the volume is 1,205.76, and the units are centimeters cubed. Okay, so if you need to pause and finish any of those, but you need to have examples 5 and 6 completed on the left-hand side. All right, moving over here to cones now. So our cones are similar to our cylinders. You should see that they both have pi r squared h because their base is a circle. So that's the pi r squared is the radius and the part of the radius formula for the area of a circle. The height represents the height of this cone. But for a cone is simply 1/3 of a cylinder. Okay, so we've just taken out these side pieces here. So if you had them, you can see that you would form, if I was writing really straight, a cylinder. And so you can see 1, 2, 3 pieces, and so we're taking out 2 of them, and we just have 1/3 left, okay? So again, we want to label what we have here, and so the radius is halfway across, so 12 is my radius, and the height of my cone here is 9. So we're going to take 1/3, and again, instructions still say to use 3.14 for pi. And our radius is 12, so 12 squared times, and then my height is 9. I'm running out of room right there. So again, calculator recommended for this one as well. And so what we're going to do is we are going to come back to our Desmos calculator, and we're going to get our 1/3 on there again, and we're going to multiply that times pi, And we're going to multiply that times the radius 12 squared times the height of 9. Okay, and if you want to come back and double check that you have the right numbers, 12 for the radius and height of 9. And then again, to the nearest hundredth, so I've got 2 decimal places, so my answer is 1,356.48. So when you come back here and you can write your final answer down. Sorry, I've lost my mouse. There it is. So 1,356.48 units are centimeters, and so that's centimeters cubed. Okay, so make sure you have that one completed. Then we'll look at example 8, which is another cone. All right, so we'll start with our formula. Volume equals 1/3 pi r squared h. So we want to label everything here. So this time we have 10 kilometers going all the way across. Remember that I only want half for the radius. So my radius is 5, and my height is h, which is 8 in this case. So we're going to do 1/3 times 3.14 for pi, times, remember my radius is 5 squared, times my height of 8. Okay, and then again, advisable to use your calculator for this. So we're going to come back here one more time and do not 18, sorry. 1/3 times pi, which is 3.14, times my radius was 5 squared, times 8. Okay, now this time you can see that I have more than 2 decimal places. Okay, so I have 209.3 repeating. So what we'll do is we want to kind of cut it off here at the, after the second one, and we look to the right, and since 3 is less than 5, we aren't going to round up, we're just going to keep it the same, and so my answer is 209.33. Get rid of that, and then let's come back here, and I can write my final volume as 209.33, and again, the units are kilometers, and it's cubed. Okay, so please make sure that you have completed all 4 examples. You need to pause and go back, then rewind, that's fine. Make sure you have your notes handy, a calculator, and a piece of paper to work your problems out on your IXL today.